Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our 100% walkthrough of Elden Ring. We're here in the Shall I try that again? We're here in the Weeping Peninsula. Just hanging out, really, just having a lovely time. We are now completely done. That's all of the little caves and catacombs and stuff like that, like official, like big bosses done. Everything with a big old health bar that appears at the bottom of the screen, I count as like a boss. However, there are a few sort of mini bosses, I suppose, powerful enemies, I believe the game calls them. And a couple like situations where I thought were worth pointing out before we move on from this area. So before you say, but Rachel, we've already had a field bosses and running around exploration part of Weeping Peninsula. Yes, I know. I know. I'm only human, okay? We're putting it here because it's my walkthrough, damn it, and we're putting it here. So here is location number 1, this tower that I just didn't really feel like exploring when we passed it the first time. But now, do you know what, guys? I'm up for it now. I'm up for it. So we'll go and check out this tower and the translocator trap in there. So to get there, we'll teleport to the isolated merchant's shack, mount up on Torrent, and we'll make our merry way south to where I've popped my marker. Right, once you get here, there's a couple little peons that you can pee on if you like, or you can kill them. Up to you. Tower of Return. Now this is quite an interesting name because of where this will send us, I suppose. So we're just going to head all the way to the top, take out this guy on the ballista, and there's a nice shiny treasure chest here with some nice shiny treasure inside it. Oh, no, a transporter trap. I did already say it was a trap, didn't I? So there's no point in trying to feign surprise. This will teleport us to Leyndell, capital city, royal capital Leyndell. So we're not meant to be here. We're not meant to be here for a long time yet. You need to have killed 2 remembrance bosses, 2 shard bearers, in order to open up the royal capital. But here is an elevator that much later on we'll be able to, you can get to this section, but we've come here nice and early, which I guess is quite exciting, to potentially get a piece of treasure, which could potentially be quite exciting. So again, this is like totally optional, you don't have to do it at this time. You are stuck here because it was a trap, but if you rest at the grace, but if you raise, oh my god, then you'll be able to teleport. So don't panic. Don't panic. When you walk through here, this big old molten golem will come to life, but you've got like ages to get off a nice charge attack on his feet. Something I discovered from fighting this one is how good the Bloodhound Fang is for taking down these guys. If you do 2 charge attacks in a row, it does humongous stagger, and these things are really, really susceptible to it. So we're going to get a couple charge attacks on the legs, avoiding the big sweeping halberd, and avoiding also he can breathe fire. If you ever see him step back, just make sure you're always trying to get back underneath his legs, sort of just behind him. And when he falls over, aim for his glowing heart to deal massive damage. That's how you take these guys down. You can't really take them down very fast just by chipping away at them. You're going to look to try and get them down on the ground for a crit. So again, just trying to always stay sort of just behind his heels, because if you're in front of him, he can do this sort of stomp attack, which our vigor, you know, this is the capital, our vigor's not that high, so we won't survive that for very long. Here we go, he's going to breathe fire, but we managed to stun him just before the fire breath came out. No, he fell the other way. He fell the other way. I didn't get the crit. That was my mistake. I think he's almost dead. We just have to... Oh no, right enough. He's got loads of health. If I had gone around the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side, we would have got him. We would have got him. He does have a charge attack as well. He will like sort of like charge towards you. which shouldn't be too difficult. Just like roll through it and get back underneath his legs. With him down, you can pick up this talisman from this chest, the Blessed Dew talisman. And it's like your regeneration ring from Dark Souls. When you've got it equipped, it will slowly but surely regenerate your health to full. Worth pointing out here, there's a teleporter here. It's not in use just yet, but we will come back and use it later. Woohoo! Right, so that's us done there. Because we rested, we're now free to teleport back to Weeping Peninsula, but that's where you get to if you get trapped at the Tower of Return. You get a Blessed Dew talisman. You can pick up that talisman without killing the golem. You might get killed in the process. The next thing we're going to go and do, we've got little ruins down here to check out, and then we've got little ruins over there. 2 little ruins, so we're going to mark them and teleport to the south of the lookout tower, and we're going to just head over there. Marker number 1 is going to take us to the Demi-Human ruins. Is that actually what it's called? Demi-Human ruins. There's a sort of mini-boss here, a great enemy, I should say. I want to say her name is Maggie, but I don't know if I'm like... I think there's one that's a boss later on. Yeah. In Mount Galmir that's called Maggie. I don't think this one has a name, but it's a demi-human. It's a big sort of matriarch kind of lassie. They cast magic. Super, super low HP. So just a nice jump attack as you approach. And then she's going to roar, which like calls all the other little demi-humans to come and help her. But she's almost dead already. So just keep that pressure up and take her down as quick as you can. You'll get Crystal Burst sorcery and the Demi-Human Queen's staff. So if you were interested in getting into magic, this staff is decent. I still think the meteorite staff from Caelid is better. But this one might be good if you're, say, I don't know, if you're concerned about aesthetics. I don't know. But more importantly, we've got another sorcery for our collection. Right, okay, we're going to head over here now. We're just going to teleport to the Church of Pilgrimage because it's faster than running around to get the Spirit Spring. Down here is not a boss per se, not even a great enemy per se, just like some guys who can really heck you up if you're not careful, and some treasure down here. So again, it's just lots of little things that I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to, you know, I'm trying to do 100% walkthrough, which actually is a ludicrously naive task to do in this game because it's so big. It's actually impossible, guys. Right, here's your disclaimer. Stonesword Ruins. It's impossible to do 100% everything because what? Do you want me to pick up every little flippin' flower? You should pick up these flowers though, Trina Silly. They're rare. I say they're rare. There's about 10 of them there. Not that rare, are they? And then we head down the cellar here to get the treasure here. Yeah, so I do say it's 100% walkthrough, but that's impossible, really. This guy, the first guy of the 2 guys, the other guy is a ball bag. It drops the red branch shortbow for us. So now we finally have a bow. I was looking for a bow. A bow would really complement this build very well because we are leveling dexterity. So bows you're not going to use for your primary source of damage, but they are really, really good support weapons with enough dex investment. Hell, even without a bunch of dex investment. Your treasure here of the Stonesword Ruins is the Angel Scythe, Winged Scythe, with the unique skill Angel's Wings. So it's quite flamboyant. It's a sort of halberd, reaper. It's a scythe, that's the word. It's a scythe that does have blood loss on it, and it will complement a strength faith build that we're building. Oh, sorry, not strength faith. You know what I mean. Quality faith, dex faith build that we're building. So it can be an alternative to the Bloodhound Fang, should you wish. If you're not really getting on with the Bloodhound Fang, check out the Winged Scythe. My pal Jake swears by it. He completed the whole game with a Winged Scythe. It does really fall off quite a lot in the late game, but man just loved it so much, he stuck with it. There is something to be said there. Sorry, we're going to teleport down to this little poison swamp down here in just a second. There's something to be said about, like, the best weapon isn't always the weapon that does the most damage. The best weapon is quite often one that you are so comfortable with, that you know the reach, you know the timing, you know the moveset so well, that you're just so comfortable with it, that you don't even think about it anymore. You can get by on lower damage if you are like totally confident in your weapon, and I think that's what Jake was getting on with the Winged Scythe. So we're heading down here to just this little poisony swamp bit. I do make a slight mistake, and I thought what I was looking for is in the actual poison, but it's not. But through my mistake, we actually get something that could potentially be quite useful, and it's barely like 10 seconds out of our way. So if you just like ride around this big rocky bit in the middle here, there's a giant crab there that we're not gonna heck with. We're not gonna heck with him. And then I sort of like jump up here. I'm trying to get away from the crab, but also I just kind of like a bit of torrent parkour here on this one, right? This pickup here, Golden Rune 4. So they're worth like, if I'm not mistaken, like 2,000 runes or something. 3,000? They're worth quite a lot of runes. So potentially it could be quite good if we're struggling to afford something from a merchant. We got a little rune there. This is what I was looking for. So just north, we have this Ash of War scarab here. This one does teleport, so you want to be like pretty quick when you run up to it, or stay at a distance and lob a fireball at it. This one drops the incantation poison mist. Now this is definitely worth picking up because of how good poison is in this game. It's an incantation which we already have a finger seal for, that only requires 12 faith to use, which is super easy to get for any build using talismans and stuff. Poison is very, very good in this game. Most bosses can be poisoned. Poison damage is quite often very effective. So just to have it ticking away in the background, I am a big fan of poison and rot. What can I say? So I did want to make sure we picked that up just because I'm trying to cover all bases, not just for my build, but like just trying to give you some ideas for your build. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, if you've watched this and none of this is relevant to you, then like don't worry about it. It's all good, my dude. Next thing we're going to go pick up here in the Weeping Peninsula is just up from the Demi-Human forest ruins where we were here earlier. One little thing that I forgot to get that might be hugely useful for us later on is the Faith Not Crystal Tear. This is a flask of physique tier. You can teleport up here to the Church of Pilgrimage, bitch? Wow, sorry. That was a bit mean of me. Yeah, bitch. Just teleport here. Which is not the best way to get down here, as I'm about to find out. You have to sort of like run south along the cliff until you can get to the Spirit Spring to jump down the cliff safely. It might have been faster going to the like south of the Lookout Tower, Grace. Again, it's probably 6 and 2 3s, but yeah, so it's down here on our mark, but that's just a wee bit too far for torrent, I think. Oh, watch out for the Miranda. The Miranda. But yeah, you'd have to run all the way down the cliff until you find the Spirit Spring at the very end to get down here. But yeah, this is a tier that can go into our Flask of Wondrous Physique. It's going to give us 10 points in faith, which, I mean, is just very good for like faith scaling incantations, for example. Our pyromancy, a lot of them will do more damage the higher our faith is, but also there's some pyromancies that require a huge amount of stat investment that we don't have at the minute. So this will allow us, bing, for 3 minutes to have an extra 10 faith to potentially use some more powerful spells. So Faith Not Crystal tier done. I know I'm doing this in a bit of a weird order. Sorry, I should have picked this up when we were here before, but I'm doing my best. But yeah, there we go. Faith Not Crystal tier. Got that one out of the way. Next, we're going to pick up a Stonesword Key, which I forgot to pick up. We're trying to pick these up where we can because you need a lot of them if you want to unlock every lock, basically. So if you teleport up to the Impaler's Catacombs or to good old Morn Rampart, it's sort of like up on the top of the cliff here. If we just run round, if you're able to see the Gatekeeper statue laddie, it's just beyond him to the north This little corpse on a chair, there's a lot of these guys, has a Stonesword Key on him. Just free for the taking, so don't miss it. Okay, next, this final thing for the day is not actually in Weeping Peninsula, it's in Limgrave, and it is something that I forgot to do in Limgrave. I'm not really sure how I forgot this, but it is Fort Haight. So we have been here, and therefore it was like, it was marked on my map, so I was like, oh, I don't need to worry about that, that's done. It's not done. We just briefly visited. We picked up the golden seed, but we didn't actually clear Fort Haight. It's very important that we do so for a number of reasons. Reason number one, there is a pretty good Ash of War here from the elite at the top of the tower, so we want to kill him for that. Reason number two, it is closely linked with Nefeli Lu's quest, which will award us with an ancient dragonsmithing stone at the end of it. Plus, she's just a badass. She's pretty cool. It's a good NPC questline, but you do need to do this fort to do her quest because it's linked to Kenneth Haight. And last but certainly not least, so the most important reason is that there is one half of the Dectus Medallion here. This will allow us to take the lift city on there, Rachel. It's just a big old pumpkin head. What you want to do with these pumpkin heads is your Ash of War, L2 and then R2. But I'm panicking. I think I'm chatting to chat at this stage. There we go. That's it. That's the big damage. Because if you hit them in the head, it's not going to do any damage. Yeah, so Dectus Medallion, Grand Lift of Dectus to get up to the Altus Plateau. Very important. So we're going to go and clear Fort Haight. So when you first get here, you've got this pumpkin head man, you've got all these Leyndell soldiers, a couple of rats. But as we clear it, it's going to change. What will not change is that this is a really good source of blood roses. The blood roses, I picked up a couple a second ago. Just here, you can see on the bush here, acquire materials, blood rose. So these are used for bleeding related crafting, including blood grease, which we're going to use a lot on the Bloodhound Fang for the simple reason that it's really easy to make and also that bleed is just so good in this game. So I'm just picking them up as we come through, but I'm going to go into more detail about just this super easy like blood grease crafting farming route just after we clear this place out. Watch out for the explosive battles because there is a guy above us throwing fireballs. I was sort of teasing to see if we could get a fireball down, but it didn't quite work out for me. So if you haven't already done so, we've already been here because this corpse here has the cookbook on it for making blood grease, but we got this a while back because I knew I would want to use it. So, but if you haven't already got it, do be sure to pick it up because like I said, with Bloodhound Fang, especially because it already does bleed, it just adds to that. It's pretty good. Bleed is pretty OP for most situations, if not all. So yeah, worth picking up. Oh, there's a cheeky wee guy. Leave none alive. I mean, you don't have to kill them all to complete the quest. I believe you just have to kill the guy at the top here. The knight here with the sword and the shield. We're just going to do splat, 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 and he is down. Bloody Slash is pretty cool. It's an Ash of War that does a lot of damage, but also has a huge bleed build-up. And like I said, bleed is super OP, causing a massive chunk of damage, percentage-based damage, I may add. So very effective against later game bosses that have a lot of health. But most importantly, head up this ladder and open this chest to pick up our left half of the Dectus Medallion. We'll get the other half later on in this walkthrough. We're in no rush at the minute. But now we've got the left half. Wahoo! Rejoice! So with that, we can now return to Kenneth and be like, yep, cool, my dude, I have cleared the fort. So if you haven't already met him, he's up here, just in sort of eastern Limgrave. So we'll teleport up to him. He's got a little reward for you, but basically you just keep chatting to him. Oh, the rain here, the gold leaf rain. And we've got like a nice gold glow about us. Like that means we've got like an increased rune drop buff, while that's active. Whoa, what a reward. Aired steel dagger. Wow. Kind of poop, but it does progress his quest. So Kenneth, although he is a pompous poo-poo head, yeah, he's pretty important for Nepheli, so pledge your service to him. I mean, if you can't be bothered and if you're, you know, you can kill him, and he does drop a golden seed, but then Nepheli won't get to be queen, so it's up to you. We've teleported back to Fort Haight, so Kenneth is in negotiations with the Demi-Humans. He's trying to, like, coexist with them, but we know better. They're a bit naughty, so yeah, they do attack us, so we are just defending ourselves here, killing them all. They'll be back. They'll respawn. They'll be fine. Kenneth won't mind. Head up to the top to see. Now, Kenneth is chilling out here at the top, so we're just going to confirm that he's here, exhaust his dialogue, and just make sure his quest is going, like, properly. Just because I've mentioned this in the past, but like NPC questlines, they're quite easy to mess up in this game, like just from like forgetting to keep talking to people. So just get in the habit of it. Right, okay, so that's Fort Haight done, but just before we finish up for today, I do want to just quickly talk about blood grease. So we have the recipe to make it. I want to just quickly show you the route that I run. It does not take long, like 5 minutes, just to quickly make a bunch of blood grease. So you teleport here to Fort Haight, mount up, and it's this really quick route just through the castle and then quickly around the back of it, and you pick up, like, well, it's random whether you pick up 1 or 2 roses, but if you're really lucky you could get like 10 in one go. So there's one here just at the bottom of the stairs. I do run past it for some reason, I don't know, I was distracted, but one at the bottom of the stairs. And then in the fort here we have 1 straight ahead, so that's 2. Another one just on the corner here, so that's 3. And then underneath this little bridgey bit, that's 4. So once you've picked up those 4, round the back, left around the back of it, there's another 2 to pick up. At the back here, some mushrooms if you want to pick those up. Plenty of berries as well for Torrent, but we're looking for these really, like, these are berries. Here we go, really bright red, like rose bushes. So all I do is literally just that route again and again, just rest to respawn them. And you get tons of blood roses. Now, the other component that we need for blood grease is the root resin. So you can find these at the end of catacombs, so you probably have a few of them, but I will show you a farming method, like somewhere you can get loads of them. Teleport up here to the War Master's shack, where Knight Bernal is hanging out. Just roll through this fence, and then there are 2 root resins right here by this tree, right by the grace. So you just run, pick them up, rest to reset, run, pick them up, rest to reset, and you can get between 1 and 3 root resins per drop. I think I get really unlucky here and I get 1 for every single pickup, but you get the idea. So like literally that's how you can get tons of those. And then we can take these and make a bunch of blood grease. So it's pretty good. Enemies that I've been using it at the start of this walkthrough, and like enemies aren't really alive long enough to bleed. We just kill them with raw damage. But like I said, watch this space. Blood grease will be really useful very soon. And that's a wrap on this part of the walkthrough. Subscribe to see the next part, and I'll see you in those. Thanks so much for watching.